around for a while, you'll know that I love to read and thrift books, and I've also recently been working on building my own personal library. And because we're thrifty around here, almost all of my books you see on the bookshelves are secondhand. The plan today is to hit up a bunch of thrift stores and see how many awesome affordable books I can fill up on these shelves. Honestly, I'm just really excited to see what hidden gems are out there. And I'm not gonna lie, I have a feeling today is gonna be a good one. Okay, we made it to the first bookstore of the day. This is Second and Charles, my absolute favorite bookstore in the world. They have a really good mix of like things that are brand new. They also have all these books that you can that are thrifted, that are discounted. You can buy things that are like just releasing. So they've got a really good mix. I'm excited to see what we can find here. And then we have one more bookstore we're gonna go to after this. So let's do some shopping. This is actually one of my very first books that I read last year. It's only $8.50, and Catherine Center is one of my favorite authors. They also have it in the hardback version, so I might get this. This one's $13, so I think maybe we'll stick with this one. Oh, what do you guys think about this drama? It's very interesting. Got a whole Colleen Hoover shelf. One thing that I've been looking at on Amazon is actually this book set right here. It's about the same price, so I probably won't get it. It's about 60 bucks, but they're like mini pocket-sized versions of the Lord of the Rings series, which I think is so cute. Okay, I was just browsing through the kids section, and I actually can't believe that I found this book. This is The Secret Garden. Look how beautiful that cover is. It's so stunning. Unfortunately, I don't think it is in a thrifted version. Like, I won't be able to buy it for any sort of discount, so it won't count for today's video, so we're gonna have to leave it here, but it's absolutely stunning. Just stunning. Definitely gotten some good ones, so I'm excited to show you guys everything that we've picked up so far. Heading into store number 2 of the day, final store of the day as well, DIOC. Hopefully we can find some good stuff in here. It's been pretty crappy lately in the book section here, so crossing our fingers we find some good things. Right off the bat, I found some Fablehaven. I've actually been wanting to reread these, so maybe I should grab them. It's book 4 and book 5, so we're missing the first 3, but interesting. We are really knocking it out of the park here, finding some good books. I just found Sophie's Choice, which I'm pretty sure is a movie. Found that book. I also found A Before You, which got turned into a movie. Like, we've got some good books here, and they're all like $2 to $3. Since $2, so great deal. I feel like I'm just going over and over the same like areas because you never know what you're gonna miss. You always see things, if you like, you always find something else. I feel like when you go over things twice. Total success in there. I was shocked, absolutely shocked at what we found in there, but so happy about it. Oh my gosh, you guys, we literally picked up so many books today. I think my goal I don't think I explained this earlier, but my goal was to try to get around 8 books. I didn't really want to go over that because I already have a lot, and I think I grabbed 9. So we did pretty well. Go ahead and talk about all the books we got and then talk about how much we spent and how much we would have spent if we would have bought these at full price. Starting off with 2nd and Charles, the first store that we went to. I absolutely love that store. It's so fun. They have a lot of other things I didn't even show in there. Besides books, they have like a big music section, they have comic books, they have the Funko Pops, lots of really fun games, things like that. So it's a lot of fun to just kind of go there and walk around, even if you don't want to buy anything. The first book that I think you guys saw me pick up was Catherine Center's The Bodyguard. I absolutely love Catherine Center. She's become one of my favorite authors, and I've been kind of wanting to start to stock my bookshelves. I'm going to do a really big reset and reorganizing and purging video in a couple of weeks with my bookshelves, but I wanted to start kind of adding books into my bookshelves that I personally have read that I really like and that I would recommend to other people. This is the first book that I read in 2024 last year. I read it throughout New Year's, and it was so good and so cute. And Catherine Center is somebody that I feel like I can give a book to, and it's going to, for the most part, be very clean, maybe a little bit of language every now and then, but I feel like I can give this to somebody and it's not going to be like, oh, we have to skip these pages, if you know what I'm saying. So overall, very cute book. I really like it, so I'm glad I was able to pick this one up, and I picked this one up for $8.50. It was one of the most expensive books that we picked up, but it also retails for around $17. That's what the MSRP says on here, so we saved about 10-ish dollars on here, maybe $9. Honestly, you just can't complain about that, so happy we got this one. Then I saw this book, which kind of intrigued me. This is called Tinkers. It's by Paul Harding. As you can see, it's pretty small, but it was actually the winner of a Pulitzer Prize, is what it says on here, which is one of the most prestigious awards that you can get in terms of books and reading and authorship and everything like that. I don't even know what it's about, but I just decided to grab it because it looked really interesting, and if it won a Pulitzer Prize, it's probably going to be a really great, amazing book. This one I grabbed for $4.75. Let's see if I can peel the sticker off to see how much it would have cost initially. $14.95 was the MSRP on this book. So super great deal. I actually went through, they had a couple different versions of this book that had like a lot of grime and dirt on the front, which were actually cheaper. They were like $2 or $3, but this one, $4.75, and it being pretty clean. Can't complain. Then when I was getting ready to leave, I actually found this book. This is called The Messy Lives of Book People by Phaedra Patrick. I feel like I've heard about her before, and this one obviously came almost brand new. As you can see, it still has Barnes & Noble sticker on here, and it was a Barnes & Noble like monthly pick. So I thought that was interesting. One thing that I have to do when I'm at the thrift store and I'm like looking at books and I don't know what the book is I actually pull out my Goodreads app on my phone and I look them up and see if they have good ratings or not. That's actually why I put a lot of the books back that I did when I was thrifting today, is I was looking at the reviews and they just did not have very good ones. This one, however, had 4 stars, so I'm excited to grab this one. I feel like I've read some Phaedra Patrick books before. I'm not quite sure, but it does seem to kind of be a little bit of like not a mystery book, but there's a woman who gets hired as like a maid and for her like book hero, her favorite author ever, and when this author suddenly dies, she is now tasked with completing the novel. So I just finished reading The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, and I felt like that just kind of seemed almost in a sense similar because it's like housemaid cleaning vibes. Absolutely nothing else is similar in that regard, I'm sure, but I'm excited to grab it and pick it up. And this one was also the second most expensive book at $8.50. MSRP on this one was $16, so not the best deal. You got $8 off of it, but not the worst. Moving on to the last book that we got from 2nd and Charles. This one also had a very big National Book Award winner on here, and this is called Cold Mountain by Charles Fraser. When I actually walked past this the first time, I saw that there was other versions of this book that had like Nicole Kidman's face on it and some other people, I can't remember now who, but it looks like it was turned into a movie that had a lot of really big heavy hitters in there. So I'm excited to read this and then maybe watch the movie. This one also spent over 1 year on the New York Times bestseller list. So I, again, don't really know what it's about. I didn't really look at it very much. I kind of just was very intrigued by the cover, saw that it had like an award, saw that it was on the New York Times bestseller list for over a year, and decided, you know what, let's just grab it and let's just read it later and we'll see what we think about it. So very exciting. This one was $5.25. This one was $14.95. So saved a good chunk of change right there. Now we're moving on to going to DI, or Deseret Industries. DI is what us locals here in Utah call it. And they always have really good book sections, I feel like, but sometimes it is very much hit or miss. So sometimes you find a lot of stuff there. I feel like a lot of my books are from the DI, but sometimes you go and you just don't find anything. And I was worried today was going to be a don't find anything day, but we totally hit the jackpot. First up, we found 2 of the Fablehaven books. I have been itching to read the Fablehaven series again, which was the fantasy series that I read when I was younger in like middle school. It's definitely for like kids. It's for a kid's middle school age, but it's very, very, very good. It's by Brandon Mole. I found book 4 and book 5, both of them for $3, and both of them in very good condition. The covers are still intact. They are hardback, which is very exciting. This one's actually $22, and this one is $20 MSRP. So very, very exciting that I got them both for $3. You really cannot beat that deal, honestly. The next book I got, I'm actually going to have to take back. You can't return them. I'll have to just donate it back, but it was only $2, and that is the book Torment, which is part of the Fallen series. The reason why I'm taking this back is because I couldn't remember if I had this one or not, and I actually do. It's on my shelf back there, and I actually still have the DI sticker on that one as well, so I know that it was only $2. I haven't actually read this series yet, but I did start finding it when I was thrifting a couple of, I mean, maybe like a year ago. I started like realizing that I was finding a lot of these books in this series at the thrift stores, so I started just kind of grabbing them, and now I have the full series, so I'll have to start reading it at some point. I've had a lot of you guys actually tell me in the comment section in my past thrifting videos where I've like found these books that this series is really, really good. So I really do need to start it. I just have so much on my TBR, so it's hard to know when, but I'm excited to read these books eventually, but this one will have to take back. So it'll actually get me back to my 8 books if we were keeping track. But this one, again, was $2 and the MSRP is $11. So saved some $9 there. I'm also not mad that I already have it and then I can't necessarily get my money back because it was only $2. So it's great. Then I found this book. This one is called Called Upon by Bethany Lee, and this was also just $2. I don't know, I just kind of saw the name Called Upon. It really like intrigued me. I actually went to a book club this morning with my mom and my aunts and my grandma, and we were reading like a religious book. And when I first saw it, I thought, oh, maybe this is like another like religious Christian based book that I could, you know, maybe read to tell everybody else to read or to recommend. But it's actually seems like it's more of a thriller or mystery book. I also thought it was so interesting that it has a read time on here. Like it tells you how long it's gonna take you to read. 336 minutes. I don't know how you can determine that. I feel like everybody reads at their own pace and is a different, you know, type of reader, but it seems like a pretty fast-paced book. I'm excited to get to reading this. And this one, again, $2, and it was originally $16. And the last book that we picked up today was also the last book that I found shopping today, and that book is The Chemist by Stephanie Meyer. Now, Stephanie Meyer has written Twilight, she's written The Host. I have all of her books. Well, I don't know if she has any more besides those ones. I don't think she does. I now have all of her books, and I have not read The Host, and I have not read The Chemist, but I've had so many people, again, in my comment section tell me how good the books were. So I'm excited to keep reading them. I have read all of the Twilight series. I absolutely love the Twilight series. I actually did a video last year where I reread them as an adult for the first time, and that was so fun to do. So I'm really excited to read The Chemist. I have The Host, actually it's like right here. This one I got for $5 from Savers, but this is The Host. So I'm excited to read this. I remember when it came out, I think I started reading it when I was in like junior high, but I never could kind of get past it. But I did have somebody tell me recently, they said you have to kind of just get past the first couple chapters and then it gets really, really good. So hopefully this one will be very good as well. Again, somebody recently just commented and was like, it's so good. So when I saw this one, I thought, you know what? I might as well pick it up, see what it's about. This one I picked up for $3 and it is retailing for $28 US. So I saved $25 right there. That's crazy. All right, so let's add everything up. Let me go find my phone and we can figure out how much we spent and how much we saved today. Adding up the totals from the DI and from Second and Charles. At Second and Charles, I spent $29. And remember, that's because we had 2 books that were $8.50, and so that already added up to almost $20 right there. And then at the DI, we spent $13 for a grand total of, drumroll please, $42 exactly. That is so good for 9 books. If you divide that up, that's like $4.60-ish a book. Wild, absolutely wild. If I would have bought all of these at full price, I would have spent $161.95 plus tax. I would have spent over $170 for 9 books. I saved $128
on this entire shopping trip. That is such a great deal. That blows my mind that books can literally be that expensive. But also I am just so happy that I was able to like repurpose these books and give them a new home. So I'm excited to go ahead and figure out where I'm gonna put them. I literally have no clue because I have no space, but we'll have to go ahead and get into reading them. If you guys have made it this far in the video, go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below what your favorite book is, what you guys recommend for me to read, and leave a little heart emoji so that way I know that you have made it this far in the video. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here and for watching, and I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye.